All right, so from the red category, we have a phytonutrient called lycopene. Lycopene can be found in watermelon, pink grapefruit, guava, and tomato. And it's also an antioxidant, and it also belongs to the carotenoid family. But this one has been researched for its role in heart health. And finally, we have the white category. And although this one doesn't have color necessarily, you think of white as being the absence of color. This is another really important group because it contains garlic and onions. And you may notice also seeing the apple again. The apple was in the red category, but when you cut open an apple, it's white. So there's different phytonutrients that exist in this part of the fruit as well. Yeah, it's a good one. And one of the key phytonutrients that we like to talk about in the white category is quercetin. And quercetin is an antioxidant, and it has been researched for its support with a healthy circulatory system. So, as you can see, there are many different phytonutrients that can contribute to your health, and they come from a wide variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. So, vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients each can play a role in your health, as well as antioxidant protection from the phytonutrients. So, why supplement? Well, Nutrilite's philosophy for supplementation actually dates back to the 1920s with our founder. Does everyone know who this guy is? Yeah. That's Carl Renberg. And he really is the pioneer for Nutrilite's philosophy of including plant concentrates in our supplements. And his story begins in the 1920s in China. He was a businessman at the time selling carnation milk in China, and he traveled around and began to notice some things of what he saw. He began to notice that when he traveled to the more rural areas where people ate more fruits and vegetables, people tended to be a little bit healthier. And then when he traveled to cities where it's a bit more urban and people didn't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables, and they tended to have a diet that was a bit higher in salts and fats, he noticed that people weren't as healthy. So this idea stuck with him, that there was something in plants that lended a health benefit to people. And he got to actually test this theory himself when, during a time of political unrest in Shanghai, he was placed into a protected enclave with other, with other expatriates. And here he was to survive on army rations for the duration of the political unrest. And at this point, he began to think to himself, okay, I'm not going to have access to fruits and vegetables. I know that they're good for me. What can I do here? So he began to collect whatever he could find. He began to collect grasses and leaves from some neighboring areas. And although he knew that these wouldn't be easily digested by him, he thought that perhaps he could try to extract some of these good mystery factors from the plant and get them in his body some other way. So he made these soups, nutritional soups. He would boil them in water. Sometimes he would even add rusty nails for iron. Sounds tasty. So, at the time, he boiled these nutritional soups, and he shared them with some of his friends during this time of unrest. And he was there for a few months, and he ate the army rations as well as these nutritional soups. And when he left, he found that he and his friends who had consumed these nutritional soups tended to fare a bit better health-wise than those who did not have access to the nutrition of plants. So this idea stuck with him, and this is kind of the philosophy that we are based on at Nutrilite. The philosophy is you need to eat your fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables come first because we know that there are health benefits associated with eating fruits and vegetables in your diet. As we know from the Global Phytonutrient Report, many of us worldwide do not get enough fruits and vegetables. And when you are unable to meet these recommendations for fruits and vegetables, supplementation can be a great way to get more nutrients into your body. So we believe that it is the most convenient way to get vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients into your body from supplementation. Today we're going to talk about our foundational supplement of Double X. And when we talk about Double X, we talk about it being the first, which is the first multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement in the U.S. to be sold with phytonutrients. It is we are the only brand to grow, harvest, and process plants on our own certified organic farms. And we are the best, because we are the world's #1 selling vitamin and dietary supplements brand. The next question is why? Why are we so great? Why is Double X known for being one of the best supplements in the world? And the answer to this question is in the history and continuing the story with Karl Remberg. So, when Karl Remberg left China, he came back to the United States and he went to California. And actually on an island called Balboa Island, which is a little island off the coast of California, he created a lab. And in this lab, he began to mess with plants. He began to play around with them and look at different ways of dehydrating them and processing them and compressing them. And his goal was to find a way to get these nutrients from plants into the diet without having to eat more fruits and vegetables. And so, over time, he worked with alfalfa, watercress, parsley, and some of these key plant ingredients that we still use today. And in 1934, he launched the first Nutrilite supplement. Over time, he continued to add different vitamins and minerals into his formulation as they were elucidated in science, because at the time, these things weren't widely understood. So as science emerged about nutrition and vitamins and minerals, he worked to incorporate that as well. And then in 1948, Nutrilite debuted its multivitamin under the name of Double X. So do we not know why Double X is called Double X?
$20.
Yeah, the price, right. At the time it was roughly $20 in the U.S., so XX for the Roman numerals for 20. Yeah. So, fun fact. So in this way, Double X, the story of Double X is the story of Nutrilite. It was designed to provide you with more supplemental nutrition support than just preventing nutrient deficiency. It doesn't just add in the recommended levels of vitamins and minerals. It works to incorporate plants in order to provide the full spectrum, a fuller spectrum, that you would have obtained from the plant itself, and this includes the phytonutrients. So today we define Karl's vision as helping to achieve optimal health. So why Double X? Double X is our gold standard multivitamin, multi-mineral, and concentrate containing phytonutrients supplement. And it was designed by Karl Remberg as based on the science at the time, the best of nature and the best of science. And obviously since then we have put a lot into development and innovation in order to create the great products that we have today. So we consider Double X to be a foundational supplement for your diet, and this is because it includes many of those essential micronutrients as well as phytonutrients. We have a complete range of 12 essential vitamins, 9 essential minerals, and 17 plant concentrates. So these plant concentrates are actually selected by our concentrate development specialists, and their choices are based on a series of functional tests they do. They actually perform bioassays on many different concentrates and look for specific health benefits that they show within the test tube. And from here, we know that certain phytonutrients within these concentrates are going to have certain activities in them. And then based on that, we choose the best botanicals for our supplements. So here are some food equivalencies for how many nutrients are actually contained in Double X. So a quick disclaimer here is that the food listed here contain more than one nutrient. Okay, so this equivalency is just based on the nutrient listed from the food without eating any other foods. But the point is that in order to fill that dietary gap, you would need to eat more foods. You need to eat more fruits, more vegetables, and other plant materials in order to get more of these essential micronutrients. So 9 bananas. Actually, when I did this talk in Malaysia, we had some distributors come up and try to eat 9 bananas. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. So the point here is to illustrate that Double X is able to put a lot of your key vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients into a smaller package, which is much more convenient to take each day in order to fill your dietary gap. All right, so we have 17 different plant concentrates that are included in Double X. And of these plant concentrates, we work to do something called phytonutrient fingerprinting. And this means that from each of these concentrates, we perform a test called liquid chromatography that allows us to look at what different phytochemicals are included in a botanical. And from this, we get a unique phytonutrient fingerprint for each of the botanicals. We then store this in something called our functional target library so that we have a catalog of all of the different botanicals and which phytonutrients they include. Okay. So the recommended usage of Double X is actually to take it, all 3 tablets, the vitamin, mineral, and plant concentrate tablet, 2 times daily. And we recommend that you take it with food. There's 2 reasons for this. One is that sometimes people can get an upset stomach when you take a supplement without any food, so that helps to minimize that effect. And also, some nutrients are absorbed better when there's a little bit of fat included in it. So by eating a meal, you're going to get a few of the macronutrients of fat, which will help with the absorption. This product is not formulated for children. We recommend